Halloween Sylas is the new example of an overloaded kit. Double afflictions, double dispel, 3 unique buffs, 4 defensive buffs, an affliction cleanse, a shadow damage buff, as well as a skill charge. His utility is enough to fill your trick or treat bucket. Welcome to the Halloween Sylas deep dive. Halloween Sylas' defining ability is Dark Experiment. Sylas can combo from a dodge into a dash attack. Dash attacks deal plus 200% damage and can also combo into the second hit of his standard attack combo. Sylas has 3 unique buffs: the combo, strike and dash sample buffs that are granted by landing the final hit of his standard combo, force strike and dash attack respectively. These buffs are indicated by the knife icons below the party list, do not stack, and when Sylas has all 3, they're consumed to empower his next S1 or S2. He also has plus 30% strength when at 70% hit points or above, just because. Halloween Sylas' first skill is Surgical Trick, dealing 1864% damage, inflicting poison and dispelling a buff. When enhanced by sample buffs, it deals 2890% damage across 7 hits, inflicts poison and shadow blight, and dispels 2 buffs instead. Surgical Trick seems tailored for use in the Master Surtur fight, contributing towards both the hefty affliction and dispel requirements of the fight. The skill is also shareable for 7 Skillshare points, costing 13.2 KSP when shared. The shared skill uses the enhanced variant, but the overloaded utility only really fits the Master Surtur fight. Other fights rarely benefit from the combination of double affliction and double dispel, so you end up paying a premium for a skill that rarely gets used to its full potential. Not really a priority pick in my books, but I'm sure someone will find a way to use it for a Master Surtur auto or something. Halloween Sylas' second skill is Aromatic Treat, granting the team one of the following 3 buffs at random: 15% max hit points, 20% light resist for 10 seconds, or minus 10% damage taken for 20 seconds. There's also a chance that the skill grants all 3 buffs and cleanses afflictions. Assuming similar odds as standard Sylas' buff skill, this should be roughly 10%. When enhanced by sample buffs, Aromatic Treat is guaranteed to grant all 3 buffs and cleanse afflictions. This skill is filled with defensive utility. With both the light resist and damage taken buffs active, this skill by itself can reduce the damage you take by 33%. Stacking this with 30% max HP buffs means that Sylas can give a pretty substantial 73% boost to the effective hit points of your team. I could see this making Halloween Sylas a comfortable pick for auto teams, allowing teams to soak mechanics outright instead of clearing them, such as in Auto Asura. Even for manual use, this can help you shrug off smaller mistakes in the Master Surtur fight and lessen the load on your healer. Legend Cayenne is still filled with one-shot mechanics, but Master and below might see Halloween Sylas as a safety pick. As for the rest of Sylas' kit, he brings the standard Bow Skill Haste co-ability. His Chain co-ability grants hit point regen buffs at 60% hit points or below, and he has Blindness Resist. Sylas' final ability is Forbidden Procedure. Dispelling a buff, barrier, or using S2 grants 3 effects: a personal non-stacking 20% shadow damage buff for 30 seconds, a defense amp with a max of team level 2 with a 10-second cooldown, and 15% skill charge for his S1 and S2 with a 10-second cooldown. Furthermore, landing a dispel on a buff or barrier also applies a 15% Adaptive Suppression debuff on the enemy for 10 seconds. This means in conditions with all buffs active and Adaptive Suppression active, Sylas can provide an effective hit point boost of over 100%. That doesn't even include defense amp. You're still probably going to die to Legend Cayenne's dashes though. For overall playstyle, if you want to go full DPS, you'll only want to spend your sample buffs on your S1 for the double affliction, before using your S2 to maintain your shadow damage buff. There are occasional moments where you might consider using your sample buffed S2, but delaying your bonus damage on your S1 so that you drop to 80% hit points instead of 60% hit points hypothetically doesn't really do a whole lot for you. As a quick reminder, the combo sample is red, strike sample is yellow, and the dash sample is blue. Shadow's backlines are becoming pretty standardized. A mix of Ieyasu, Summer Yuden, Vanya, or Joker will give you universally decent co-abilities and chain co-abilities. Otherwise, your standard blade, dagger, wand backlines will serve well for general DPS. Print-wise, I'd still build Sylas for DPS rather than for buff time. A mix of bow crit rate, poisoned and shadow blighted punishes, strength and skill damage should serve you pretty well. but you might consider swapping things around and removing Shadow Bladed Punisher in fights where the boss starts with high Shadow Blight resist such as Asura. At that point, start substituting in Flurry Strength and Sword Psalm. Overall, Halloween Sylas brings utility overload, which is both good and bad. He can bring decent DPS, but that's contingent on players consistently spending samples on his S1. The occasional sample buffed S2 can be helpful, but sacrificing too much damage with defensive utility can drag out a fight and make lethal mistakes more likely to crop up in higher difficulty quests. In terms of our current landscape of endgame fights, I'd say Sylas is best fit for Master Surtur, followed by Asura and then Legend Kai. He can stall out in co-op Legend Kai due to Bo's mediocre contribution to overdrive damage, and he's also incompatible with enmity units such as Belina and Veronica. I don't think it's impossible to bring him through Legend Kai, though it will take a bit more effort than the standard meta teams. Overall, Halloween Sylas is fun to play with his fluid dodge attacks flowing into his combo, big numbers on his S1 and buckets of utility, which might be the key to unlocking certain auto fights for players lacking other defensive choices such as Summer Leonidas or Vania. And that about covers it. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment down below or drop by my Twitch streams. The link is in the description. As always, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next video.